is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry.
The entire point of Trump's second term in office is to collapse the petrodollar, to destroy the American economy as we know it, to make way for the rebirth that he's planning. It's the Great Reset. It's Build Back Better, except it's done under Trump in the name of nationalism. It was always the plan. It was always scheduled to happen. They're just using Trump to do it. They don't want the traditional system anymore. You're saying capitalism is the great evil. They don't care about capitalism. They want feudalism. And so they are willing to destroy everything in order to have their technocratic, neo-feudalist, high-technology slavery system.
The whole agenda is to create a one-world government where everybody has an RFID chip implanted in them. All money is to be in those chips, right? There'll be no more cash. And this is getting me straight from Rockefeller himself. This is what they want to accomplish. And all money will be in the chips. And so instead of having cash, anytime you have money in your chip, they can take out whatever they want to take out whenever they want to. If they say you owe us this much money in taxes, they just deduct it out of your chip digitally. Total control.
This is moving into a mark of the beast system, which is not a currency system, it's a control system. So it's the end of currencies.
What is it actually going to look like? They never talk about that. But I heard one European central banker tell me what it's going to look like. He saw it. He was invited to one of the old central banks in Europe that are very much promoting this. And they showed him. And, he's a top, executive director of another central bank in Europe. And there's no reason to believe that he was telling me a story. And he was around this large and would be implanted under your skin. So that is the plan.
It will come in the night in the form of a tiny miracle of technology right now across Europe, Asia, and soon the United States. Test programs are already underway. Thousands of volunteers have allowed microchips to be implanted beneath their skin. This is the mark of the beast.
CBDC will arrive, and it will also be the subject of the currency reset at the same time. At some point, the world is going to go into a crisis, or a country is going to go into a crisis. It might be the UK, it might be Italy, it might even be the United States, but something is going to happen. Things are very, very taut in the financial world at the moment. When that happens, I think they will close the banks. You'll wake up on a Sunday afternoon or Sunday morning and hear the news that they've shut the banks, not going to open on Monday. And then by Monday evening or Tuesday, you'll get the announcement that we're having a new currency, the CBDC, and don't worry, it'll be 1-to-1 against the old currency. But there'll be some restrictions on your ability to convert your old money into the new money.
What underpins a world order is always the financial system. I was very privileged. My father was an advisor to Nixon when they came off the gold standard in '71, and so I was brought up with a kind of inside view of how very important the financial structure is to absolutely everything else. And what we're seeing in the world today, I think, is we are on the brink of a dramatic change where we are about to, and I'll say this boldly, we're about to abandon the traditional system of money and accounting and introduce a new one. And the new one, the new accounting, is what we call blockchain. It means digital. It means having a almost perfect record of every single transaction that happens in the economy, which will give us far greater clarity over what's going on. It also raises huge dangers in terms of the balance of power between states and citizens. In my opinion, we're going to need a digital constitution of human rights if we're going to have digital money. But also, this new money will be sovereign in nature. Most people think that digital money is crypto and private, but what I see are superpowers introducing digital currency. The Chinese were the first. The U.S. is on the brink, I think, of moving in the same direction. The Europeans have committed to that as well.
It's called money. It's the thing we need in order to buy and sell. And it's nice to have some. Can you imagine there ever being a time when men will not use money? A cashless society? The thing we need in order to buy and sell. And it's nice to have some. Can you imagine there ever being a time when men will not use money? A cashless society? Listen to this secular news media report, she says.
In some areas of the United States, pets are being tagged with microchips. Minka Chihuahua Mix is having an American veterinarian identification device slip beneath her skin. The microchip ID number is logged at a computer database with her address, so if she's lost, she can be scanned and returned home safely. But how far will science go? There's been talk about implanting microchips in people. One idea is to put the microchip in your hand instead of using a credit card. And all you have to do is run your hand over a scanner and they bill your ID number.
And they bill your ID number.